The publisher of the upcoming horror game Martha is Dead announced on February 11th that the game would be needing cuts to release on PS4 and PS5. Meanwhile, the Xbox and PC versions of the game have been allowed to release 100% uncut. In their statement, Wired Productions have said, to quote, "Martha is Dead is a narrative adventure recommended for adult audiences only, with play consisting of potentially discomforting scenes and themes that may distress some players. Both Wired Productions and LKA have always been open and honest about Martha is Dead content, with the sensitive depictions in play consistently communicated to the media since the game was announced in 2019. This content is also flagged clearly and repeatedly within the game itself before play begins. It is with regret that we have had to modify the experience on the PS5 and PS4 versions, with some elements no longer playable. After over 4 years of passion and hard work, developer LKA now requires extra time to make these unplanned changes. Martha is Dead, as a result, will still launch digitally on both PS5 and PS4 on Thursday, February 24th, 2022, but the physical retail release will be delayed to a yet-to-be-disclosed date, although we anticipate this to only be a small number of weeks. Our physical edition will still contain the bonus content of a double-sided poster, digital tarot cards, and Martha is Dead digital EP. We will update players with the date we ship this edition as soon as we have the information. The PC and Xbox versions of Martha is Dead are both unaffected by these developments and will launch with the full unedited gameplay as planned. And so from these statements, we can see that this is another game that has run into issues with Sony's content policies. This is something that the channel has discussed numerous times since its introduction in 2018. And you'll also be able to find a link in the description to a video the channel published last year that looks at 26 games that have been made to have edits on PlayStation since the stricter policy introduction. Currently, no further details about the PlayStation content changes are known, but the title is set to release on Xbox and PC on February 24th, alongside the digital PlayStation version. Furthermore, many people across the internet are speculating that it was the game's violent scenes that have brushed too close to Sony's policies, with changes to violence being rarer for Sony, but it has happened to other games. As mentioned, the game is a horror game, and it takes place in Italy during World War II, and gameplay is via a first-person perspective. It's been rated M by the ESRB rating system and 18+ from PEGI, although it's worth pointing out that the ESRB does have the option to rate games with the higher AO rating for violence alone, like seen with 2015's Hatred, but the ESRB didn't think the game's content warranted this. Plus, no other platforms apart from PlayStation have raised any issue over the title's content either. Looking at the ESRB's rating summary, and just a warning that there may be descriptions of the game that could be viewed as spoilers, but the ESRB describes some of the scenes in the game and what may have possibly run into issues. However, again, currently it looks like we'll have to wait for February 24th to know for sure. The website Eurogamer has also attempted to reach out to the publisher, but was told that they, to quote, had nothing more to add regarding the nature of the edits or the reasoning behind their removal at present. Furthermore, the website pushsquare.com has expressed confusion over Sony's decision, saying, to quote, "Still, that doesn't seem much worse than anything depicted in Mortal Kombat 11 or even Sony's own The Last of Us Part 2, both of which are grotesquely sadistic at times, and available uncensored on PlayStation platforms." There is one other topic to point out though, and that's that the game looks like it may be getting a Japanese release. While all copies of the game will include Japanese subtitles, a page has opened up on the Japanese PlayStation Store for the title. As regulars to the channel will know, the Japanese console rating system, Zero, is stricter than Western regions regarding certain depictions in games. And it's possible that if the game does get a Japanese console release, the Japanese versions will have extra censorship than Western copies, and that this will be made for Xbox as well. The Japanese rating system only has jurisdiction over console releases, but we sometimes see Japanese PC releases also having the changes made on consoles, and so that's also something that people in the Japanese region may want to keep an eye out for. What are your thoughts about the situation? As always, let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and hit subscribe for more videos on everything to do with how media is changed around the world. And until next time, thank you for watching.